Do you want to talk about it outside and I'm going to stand between them? You want to go outside and talk about it, stupid?
What happens when a little guy with a giant ego thinks he can verbally and racially abuse women without facing consequences? Well, let's just say he gets what he deserves. Today's story takes us to Curry County, New Mexico, where this guy decided to cause a scene at his local Walmart. After getting into an altercation with an elderly employee, he started acting aggressively, dropping racial slurs and totally disrespecting the worker. Now, unfortunately, that part wasn't caught on camera, but another shopper, a woman named Alexa, stepped in and called him out for being rude and racist. And just like that, he turned all his attention on her, threatening to beat her up, talking smack, and just spiraling.
You want to call me dumb bitch again?
So
I'm recording him for.
Let me tell you what I've accomplished.
Do you have a son?
I don't have any children. I haven't found a capable mate.
Oh, that makes a lot of
It
sense.
sure as hell does make a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Tell me about your accomplishments
can't
today,
talk
ma'am.
to women
I
the
can
way
talk
you
to them
talk
however
to
I
them.
want.
No,
You don't even know
can't.
what I was
It's
saying to them.
disrespectful. Look
You're
how you're
standing up-
speaking to me. You're a large man.
You involved
and I'm
yourself
a
in
small
something that's
female.
not your. It's not your business.
It's my business to protect other
No, it
women
isn't.
from
It's
abusive
not.
assholes
I wasn't
like
abusing
you.
them. You have nothing. You have no idea what
It's
I was even
verbal
saying.
abuse.
No, you just wanted to
It's
get
verbal
involved.
abuse. If I'm a woman
The
and you're verbally
only
abusing a
one of-
woman,
the only
I will
one-
stand between you and them every time.
And do what? Do you want to talk about it outside and I'm going to stand between them? You want to go outside and talk about it, stupid?
guys, do y'all want to get trespassed on
No,
the store?
I want to find out who's
He's
the
being
manager for this
verbally-
section.
he's being
She's
verbally
involving
abusive
herself in
to
something that's
these
not her
employees.
business. She
Okay,
should just go
so
about
just-
her business.
And he's
Okay,
being
Bye.
aggressive.
Calm down.
Bye. Was I
I said he was being verbally
abusing
yes.
her or was I complaining about the manager? Don't lie.
He was using
I don't know who's here, but you get
language
mad.
and everything.
That's right. Why did I get mad? Because you're supposed to have three. Because your manager can't do their
Okay, y'all
job.
need to
That's
keep
why I
it down a little
got mad.
bit, or I will have y'all
Yes,
trespass.
sometimes it can be slow. I got a lot of things to do, you know. I'm
Y'all
like,
keep
thank
it
you so
down.
much.
You have a nice day.
Keep it
You
down.
have a nice day.
Ivan, okay.
You don't need to talk to women
Logan,
or
I need you
employees
to
like
leave.
that. It's
Tell me
very
what to do.
disrespectful.
She's talking to me.
Both of y'all stop. Just stop. I need
It's pretty obvious this guy is a troublemaker. The fact that he's targeting women tells you all you need to know about why he hasn't found a, quote, capable mate, end quote. I mean, any dude who talks like that about women is not exactly gonna be swimming in options. But honestly, that's not even the wildest part of this whole thing. Not only did this dude get all up in their faces, but he even challenged Alexa to a fist fight, like really asked her to step outside. He was dead serious about throwing hands with a total stranger, all because she tried to stop him from verbally attacking someone else. That's ego on a whole other level. Imagine being so fragile that the minute someone calls you out, your response is, "Catch me outside." And of course, he pulled the classic Karen move, shoving his phone in people's faces like that's somehow gonna make him look better. To top it off, he kept demanding to see the manager, and apparently he thinks there should be 3 managers assigned to one Walmart section.
Because you're supposed to have 3. Because your manager can't do their
Okay,
job.
Make it make sense. Anyway, as things escalated, another employee tried to step in, but instead of listening to both sides and understanding how the whole thing started, she threatened to trespass both of them if they didn't stop yelling. Now, I get that she's just trying to do her job and keep the store calm, but still, if you're gonna step into a situation like that, at least hear both sides out. Otherwise, you're making the person defending your coworker look like the problem. At that point, Alexa decided to back off and just finish her shopping. The video cuts off there, but if you thought that was the end of the story, you'd be dead wrong. Because instead of calming down and walking away like Alexa, this dude kept going, and things got so bad that the cops had to get involved. It was Alexa who brought the case to the internet on the 18th of September, and with the video going mega viral, she decided to post an update the following day, explaining what happened after she stopped recording, and let's just say it went downhill fast.
That happened at the Walmart in Clovis, New Mexico. I had a follow-up video for context, but it was brought to my attention that I may have had the ethnicity of the employee that he was harassing wrong, so I took the video down. But he was being racist and harassing people, and I interjected, and he didn't like that. Ultimately, they did escort him out. I believe they had him trespassed. There was a police presence. I don't think it had to do specifically with my encounter with him. I think it had to do with something that occurred when they were attempting to remove him from the store. But they did remove him from the store, and I was able to go on and finish my shopping, and I didn't have any issues after that.
Turns out the guy actually got arrested, although it had nothing to do with the altercation, because based on his mugshot and arrest report, it looks like he was charged with concealing identity plus resisting, evading, or obstructing an officer. So yeah, safe to say he didn't exactly leave Walmart quietly. Sounds like he even tried giving cops a fake name while getting dragged out. Police later identified him as Jacob Randall England. So much for concealing your identity, huh? And according to Dinesh, who covered the story, Jacob ended up getting banned from that Walmart. But did that stop him from going back? Nah. A few days later, on September 23rd, he showed up again and got arrested for criminal trespassing. At this point, Jacob is just rashing out. The cops need to keep tabs on him before someone really gets hurt. If he's willing to verbally abuse women, threaten to up, and cause a scene so serious that they had to place him under arrest not once, but twice, then clearly this guy needs more than just a slap on the wrist. Now, we don't have exact info yet on how long he'll be locked up or what his bond is, but it looks like he could be facing some serious time, or at least a heavy fine if he eventually gets convicted. Also, big shout out to Alexa for standing up for that Walmart employee. Most people would have just kept walking, but she stepped in knowing it could get messy. That takes guts. Which brings me to another story that just might be one of the craziest cases I've ever covered. So this Taco Bell security guard decided to physically a female customer, kick her out, and somehow ended up with one of the craziest aftermaths you could imagine. It all started on February 9th when an unidentified woman walked into Taco Bell Cantina in downtown LA to grab some food. At some point, she and the security guard got into it. Now, the beginning of the altercation wasn't caught on video, so nobody really knows how it started or what was said, but by the time the other customer who made the video started recording, you can see the guard trying to throw her out while she keeps insisting on placing her order. Then out of nowhere, this happens. So first off, why is a Taco Bell security guard slapping a customer? I know some people will say he was just doing his job, or we don't know what she did to provoke him, or maybe she must have been disturbing the place, but let's be honest, there's no defending that behavior. Yes, he's security and his job is to maintain order and deal with anyone causing trouble, but there's a professional way to handle situations like this. He's nearly twice her size. If he truly wanted her out, he could have done it without resorting to assault. Instead, it comes off like he just wanted to flex his authority using excessive force that was completely unnecessary. And here's the kicker. Did that slap even work? Did it make her leave right away? Nope. She was shaken, but she even went back and kept trying to order food after he hit her. So in the end, he just made himself look like a violent guy who picks on customers he knows he can overpower. What's also crazy is the lack of reaction from everyone else in there. Nobody stepped up, nobody even flinched. They just minded their business like they didn't see anything. There's an argument that since no one reacted, she must have done something to deserve it. But if you've seen any of my previous videos, then you'd know that this isn't the first time a woman has been harassed in public while everyone around just ignores it, even when it turns physical. A great example would be Eric Walter Raminger, who harassed a woman at her job in Lake Forest, California. He was yelling racial slurs threatening to hurt her and even putting his hands on her. And every other person in that office just sat there without stepping in until much, much later. Now, of course, not every situation plays out like that. There are plenty of cases where strangers do step in, even at their own risk. But when you see a woman getting assaulted in public, the right thing to do is step up and shut it down. Anyway, after this video went viral, people were able to identify the guard as Kapil Sharma. His Instagram leaked and he quickly wiped all his posts before the hate comments started flooding in. Since the woman never filed a police report or pressed charges, Kapil didn't face any legal consequences, and despite several attempts to locate the victim in question, she still has not been identified. But then, an organization known as Coalition of African American Leaders petitioned Taco Bell for his arrest. In response, Taco Bell released a statement to the San Fernando Sun saying, "We are informed that the guard in this video is no longer with a third-party security company, and the franchisee is conducting a full investigation." So it looks like he not only lost his job, but he also got dropped by the security company he was working for. Honestly, that seems fair. However, as of February 2025, his license was still active, which means he probably just moved on to another gig. But here's the twist. Remember the unexpected ending I mentioned earlier? Well, it turns out Kapil actually ended up getting killed. According to reports, on September 6th, he was working security at another spot when he got into it with a customer. The argument started after Kapil told the guy he couldn't pee in a restricted area. The customer pulled out a gun, shot him, and Kapil died right there on the spot. After that, his family launched a GoFundMe to bring his body back home for burial. And as of the time I'm making this video, they've managed to raise over $31,000. Anyway, that's the story. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.